Welcome to the V12 Podcast. V12.
Yes, sir. Back again. It's the Bird Daddy, Prince Mazzani in the mix for the V12 Podcast. Another episode, man. Today, our legendary guest once again. We have recording artist, platinum producer, composed beats for some of your favorite artists. My guy Mantiz in the mix. What's up, man?
What's good?
Pleasure to meet y'all, man. What's going on?
Yeah,
Chilling. Hey, so I'm gonna just real quick, because he said you recorded beats for some of your favorite artists.
Platinum.
Please inform me, because I don't know, you know what I'm saying? You a legend out here, and I really don't know. I want to know. Please tell me who you recorded
Some of the
with.
artists that I've recorded, Freeway,
Okay.
Project Pat. As far as the ones I recorded here, you know what I'm saying? Some artists had actually brought them through for features and whatnot, and I was, blessed with the opportunity to just work with them and actually build a relationship with them, get a chance to talk to them every now and then. So,
Word, that's fire. Okay, word. That's dope.
Artists that I've produced for, The Baby, Jack Harlow. I got some records that haven't been released yet from other artists, but some records with NLE Chopper, got joints with Westside Boogie, got a joint with Black and Jazzy that we did back in like 2020. So just records. That's just off the top of my head, just floating around. I think I just came back from Atlanta. I got a joint with Tone Stiff. That's crazy. His album is crazy. So that was a dope one to work with too. So it's constant work.
So do artists hit you up and be like, hey, I need one of them beats, or is it a certain way you deliver the beat so they know to find you?
I've been blessed with a particular management situation, and our agency is still building. It's a brand new agency, but we were able to work with different managers, A&Rs, and just blessed to be in a position to just get to work with a lot of people. Like I think there was like a Facebook status some time ago that made me off the top of my head think of every celebrity I've ever met, and man, I just started calling them off. I just didn't even realize how much work had actually been done.
You rub some shoulders with some people.
For real. And can text them right now. Like just every now and then I'll hit Kid Ink up just to be like, yo, what you want? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
how did it feel? Because you mentioned some of the bigger names that you work with, like The Baby, Jack Harlow. I think The Baby, your work with him just recently went platinum this year, or was it?
That one had actually went platinum in the same 24 hours my son was born, back in 2020. So
wow.
That was crazy. That was crazy. Jet had actually texted me. Excuse me.
Jet's amazing.
Yeah. He had texted me. Me and my wife were in the hospital. We had just gotten back from LA. That was my first time ever visiting LA. Was right when COVID, happened that first week of March. So when we was out there, that's when I linked with Black, Jazzy, Westside Boogie. Just was working with artists out there and whatnot. And as soon as we get back home, the lockdown happened. Jet texts me. Same day, my son is born a few hours later. So it was cool. He just let me know, y'all boys went platinum. It's up.
What song was that?
Gospel with Gucci and Chance the Rapper.
Off The Baby's Kirk.
Off the Kirk album. Yeah, we also got another one off the EP that he dropped for his brother, a joint with Tusi called Business.
Okay.
So, just it's a bunch of records. I actually had sent in parts for the joint with Adam Levine for Jack Harlow, so I would have had two with Jack, but he wanted to keep it simple. But like he ended up going with the choir at the end, like I thought he would, and then kind of didn't want the whole fullness of the music in it. So it was cool though. But just constantly working. There's all types of records floating around, man, that I've worked on. So
that's fire. Well, now I know. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I ain't know.
Oh, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. We introduced earlier. He was like, "Yeah, man, you do music?" I said, "Everything in it." He said, "Yeah, everything in it."
Yeah, right, everything.
Everything.
And that's one thing that I've kind of admired about you from following you when I first got to know of you as an artist before I even knew you were a producer, and I was listening to your music. And then when I saw that you had did the same thing when it came to your son's name that I did, I named my son Verse as in a rap verse. Your son, Maestro, you know, musically inclined.
That's crazy. That was my wife's gift to me. Yeah, I actually didn't pick that name. She just asked me what I thought of it. She was like, it'll just be my gift to you because that's who you and what you are, the Maestro.
You gotta keep it for that. But
man,
you know, all of that, and then when I listen to some of your compositions, like the beats that you made for the people that you rap with, Rock Ransom and them, and then just the stuff, it just sounds like you really put a lot into the musical aspect of composing music. So what makes you have that type of approach to music in a day where it's so point click, and you know what I mean, yours is more like theatrical, and like what makes you continue to have that type of approach?
It's a part of who I am. Is I come from a musical family. Before it was me, it was my cousin, my older cousin, that taught me how to play piano. Before him, it was my uncle. He was the musical prodigy of the family. You know, it was his studio that I grew up in. That's, you know, it was actually located in the back of my grandfather's mechanic shop on hard scrabble. And then, you know, we just turned it into a church building. Yeah. But, you know, that I've been in music all my life. If you let my father tell my story, he would tell you I was singing before I could talk. You know, back before it became Food Line on 2 Notch, when it was Balo in that Spring Valley area, like I could point to it and sing the jingle off the TV. I would just know at least the melody if I didn't know the words.
That music was in you early.
Yeah. You know,
it's just destiny at that point.
It's definitely that. You know what I'm saying? I can ball a little bit. I can ball.
Basketball?
I could. That's the funniest thing about me when you see me. I could actually get you a couple points on the court.
Okay, word.
You one of the bigger niggas who can move.
But the thing is, I just didn't grow tall enough. Like, I had been thinking I was 6'1" this entire time until my brother told me he was 6'1" and one of us lying. So, you know. But music has always been in me, and it's like, you know, when I wanted to play basketball, because I grew up in the like Mike era. You feel what I'm saying? Like everybody at least wanted to try. Right. You know, and they give you that bullshit about, you know, how Mike didn't make
he got cut from the team.
They love telling you that when they finna cut your ass from the team too.
Right.
So I took that as, hey, you don't have to put too much into this.
Right.
It could be something you really like to do, you know, because when it came down to it, you still hurting niggas at recess. It's not a problem.
Exactly.
Right? You know.
So my question with you is, what do you enjoy more? What is your favorite part of music? Being an artist, being a producer, being you write songs?
Everything.
Being a writer,
music, bro.
So everything in music is your favorite part?
Everything. Like, it's hard. Like, I started as a rapper first, but I guess I was singing before everything else in church and whatnot. But, you know, and in order to rap, I needed beats to rap on. And I'm already playing instruments, so
it only makes sense.
Let's go. You know what I'm saying? I play a handful of instruments too, right? So it was just always there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I wanted to play piano from seeing Grant Hill play it on like Arsenio Hall or something one night late night as a kid. But had my drums at 5. Excuse me. Had my piano at 9. You know. So it's always been there. Trumpet, trombone in middle school. I was playing football in middle school, and you know, that's why I have to make this music shit work, because all the homies still a little bit salty about that I stopped playing football to just focus on music and whatnot.
You must have been like that.
Yeah, right.
I can do a little something, man. I mean, I like how they say food just be too seasoned.
Yeah.
I can talk about what I used to be able to do. I ain't doing too much of that no more.
Right.
Man. So I think you know, I think just in our city, you know, Columbia, South Carolina, I think that's a big major part of maybe what needs to kind of be tightened up to kind of take us to that next level.
Correct.
Would you agree?
Very much so. It's anybody that's had the opportunity to talk to what we would refer to as tastemakers or people that could be considered executives. All of them have told you all the same thing as soon as y'all met and wanted to get some game. The music business is 10% music and 90% business. Everyone has heard it. So it's like, if you know the greater majority of this whole breakdown is the business part, you need to understand that.
Yeah.
You need to understand that. Being good at music that's what I would like for people to be. Mm-hmm. Everybody that's good at the business is not good at the music.
Right.
But
Facts.
if they're in it for the money and they're making money off of what they're doing, if it ain't congratulating, it's hate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, but you have to learn the business part, and you have to be able to think outside the box for yourself. Now, I don't want to step on nobody's toes when I say this, but we're in this age of information. Mm-hmm. And some people have been able to really get over on everybody.
By having more information than the next person?
Not necessarily by having more information, but I'm going to say it like this. It's like certain events get put together and disguised in the name of networking when it's really just a money grab.
They just taking people's money, yeah.
Now, you can get some information there, but it's really like kindergarten all over again. You having somebody read it to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The type of money they making off of reading it to you is way more than it costs for you to go get that information yourself.
Right.
And me personally, I believe, wisdom is so much better than knowledge, but both are attainable by at least mentorship and not always experience.
Yeah.
I prefer the mentorship route. You can just go get the game if you try to go get the game. Mm-hmm. It's not that hard to go figure out things. It's, and excuse me. One thing about this particular generation, I can use my artist Frank Jordan for example. They don't look up to see where they're going. Mm-hmm. They're always in their phone. But they will look up to ask you a question. And while that's flattering, there's no way in hell you've been looking at your phone this whole time and won't Google shit.
You got a computer in your hand.
All right.
We can't let it go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're enslaved by it. So it's like we in this age of information where it's finally available to us, because a lot of things haven't always been available to us, but it's there now. You can look things up and verify for yourself against whatever moral code you got to straighten out your truth for you. But it's there, and a lot of people won't just go see it. They will just say, oh, we just got to keep networking, and before long these people are your peers and not just artists trying to make it.
Right.
They're like, y'all just grouped together and boxed in a whole nother box of people just losing money in this.
Right.
And it's like, it keeps the music industry for our state going. Sure, I love it for you. I love the hustle, but at some point you just spinning wheels.
Because nothing really comes from
Nothing comes from it.
Right.
And they'll crucify you for leaving, but if we're the only people that still have to catch up, why not go find out what it is we're missing from them other places and bring it back?
Right.
That's the way I seen it,
So, I mean, talking about the business part that you were talking about a second ago, man, the people who do have that part figured out, the business part, right? Do you think that is what has led to sort of a decline in, I guess, like, I want to say hip hop sales, like rap, because this has been a terrible year for hip hop.
Yeah.
Just in general, mainstream and like underground. We had like one number one song that came, 3/4 way through the year with Doja Cat. We had maybe one or two number one albums. Do you feel like? Well, I'll just ask you open-ended. What do you feel like is causing that decline?
I think the explaining of my answer is a little deeper than the question being asked. Because I was able to overhear the conversation from the last guest. And, things start to get a little bit more ESO and exoteric about why there's such a standstill and a staleness of where we at. But, even if you don't go that deep, on the surface level at least, it's an economic thing. Our state is built up a certain way to where there's a lot of money here. And I mean, there is a lot of money here, but it's not really in our hands. And if it is, it's money that we have to be very, and I can't stress this enough, very careful with. like when you start to really get money, you start to learn how money actually works. You know, there's people that's going to school for finance and money and whatnot, and they know and understand, but they ain't been put exactly in the position to show you exactly why this principle is applied.
Right.
So when you look at how our city is structured, a lot of people argue about how we don't have the professional sports teams. Of course not, because of the money that's coming from the collegiate side. We are our capital city is an equivalent to Athens, Georgia. You know, it's like if you are a college town.
Yeah.
It's the capital, that's what's up, but we are based around the university. And even then, you have to, you know, verify which one you're talking about. Because as the last guest said, when you in California, they don't know what, I can do you one better. Depending on who you talk to in Atlanta, they don't know where the fuck South Carolina is.
Wow.
These are experiences I've actually had.
Yeah.
You know, and the people who had heard of you from South Carolina, they thought we was all crazy as hell. And we are. And we are. We are. We'll beat your ass. Okay? But it's like, you know, everybody should be able to stand on business about what they about. But, you know, South Carolina doesn't necessarily have the greatest rep on social economic conversations. It's a lot of things where, you know, just if we gonna keep it a buck, you know, if we talk about slavery itself, we are the hub.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Virginia has its own story, don't get me wrong, but we are a port city. You know, for slavery in general. Charleston still is moving imports in and out of that city. Like, that's why they generate the money they do. You know, but Columbia has its own thing behind the name of the city itself. It's a lot of things. I would say I don't even think we got that kind of time. And
Yeah, man, that list was crazy though, man. Like wackest Columbia rappers list. Like that's how he did that shit just now.
yeah, man, that list is crazy, bro.
Hey man, it might not catch the cut. They ain't gonna catch the cut.
Nah, I mean, it was a crazy list, man. I mean, it don't really mean nothing to me. It never did. Like the moment I saw it, I laughed.
Yeah,
I laughed. Like, man, like my career has been one for the books for real, bro.
Right.
Like I've dodged so much hate and just actual plots put in place to shut me down. Like it was just another one, man. Like I laughed that one off. It wasn't supposed to get to where it got to, because everybody that saw it from my presentation was real life offended and like, you know, wanted to talk to somebody about it. I'm like, bro, it's not serious, man. It's not serious at all, bro. Like I literally just got home from the Grammys, bro.
Right.
yeah.
Like
What they say, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. That's how I
I'm
look at
like,
it.
bro, I'm out here doing shit that I never knew I would be able to do.
Right.
I knew I wanted to do it, but it's just like, you know, how you be hopeful, you know, and I'm a man of faith, man, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, it's things in life, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not going to see that. I want the ball. I'm not going to see the NBA, but I've accepted it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, like, actually be able to go out to these places, meet these people, and just do this shit, man. I ain't tripping off no list, man.
Yeah, and it's something that a lot of, like, as a matter of fact, the majority of people who do what you do aren't going to get
Exactly.
So,
bro, it's like, it's real like this, yo. Once you get to the point where you know you can't please everybody, and that was kind of hard for me. That was very hard for me at one point. Like, I always, you know, my friends are my siblings. I'm an only child, so it's just like, I love my people.
Right.
I always want to, you know, make sure everybody good. I don't never want to offend nobody, never want to, you know, so, but once I got out of that, I realized you can't please everybody.
Right.
Somebody is not going to be feeling the way you look, the way you talk, the way you, whatever about you. It's just not on you. They may not be a hater, but you just not for them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I was able to just laugh that off. I didn't really care to, you know, now shout out to my homegirl Venom, but she wanted me to come up there and talk about it. I was like, that's cool, we can talk about it.
we got that deep.
It wasn't the thing I just necessarily wanted to talk about the most, but, you know, I was happy she, you know, gave us the platform to discuss it, because her and Stacks wanted to, you know, Stacks let him know, like, he wasn't fucking with that. if my name was on there, he wanted to fight whoever made the list. I'm like, bro, it's real, bro. It might be him just being, himself.
The fandom runs that deep though, man. That's when you know you really
It's a blessing,
something.
man. It's a blessing. That's really where the whole "Thank You for Listening" came from. Like before that, I had did an album for my 27th birthday called 27. It's just like really just me partying, just vibing, and that album did so well. I was like, oh man, thank y'all for listening.
Yeah.
And that I didn't choose it, but the people would see me and say that to me and be like, yo, that's you, that's you, that's you. So that became the campaign. That's where the listeners came from. And it's like, I just try to live that out, man. Like anybody that took the time to press play on my shit, appreciate you, because you don't have to do that. It's not easy doing this. It's not easy having the talents that I have, because some days I don't feel like rapping. Some days I don't feel like producing. Some days I don't feel like writing, singing. Some days I only want to mix and master. Some days I don't want to say, fuck this whole shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're human, man.
I'm human. I'm human. I'm me. I don't try to be famous. That's why I don't trip if people don't know who I am. I don't like that. Like I don't know how many times I've ever told this story on camera at least, but one of the funniest things that happened to me when Best X Ever was really going. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Carolina nigga for real. I eat chicken from Spinks. You feel me? Man? The Decker location.
Bro, everybody know that Decker
location.
Spinks got the best damn chicken of a gas station, period.
Okay?
Everybody know that.
So, after one night, we had been in the studio all day working. I'm leaving the studio, getting ready to head home, swing by there. So I'm just looking up at the menu, just trying to figure out, I know I'm finna get this and this and
Yam season.
And there's a girl pushing a mop.
Wow.
She's pushing it, and I see her out of my peripheral. She keep moving around, and I can tell she looking at me. So I'm like, she look up. Yo, I know who you are, Best X Ever. That's my favorite song. The whole time she big and pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, this fame shit kind of weird, bro. If people recognize you from out of anywhere, you never know how they might recognize you, what they relate you to. Right. Man, it's weird. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with success, I want to be. I used to want to be super wealthy. I used to really be about the money, and man, the more I've matured. And that's not even really my chase no more, man. It's just so wherever I'm blessed to be able to go and experience, I try to bring the stories back to the people and let them know, hey, y'all, we really can do this shit. We really can do this shit. You get what you can out of it and, be a good steward with your money, take care of your family and live life and just enjoy it while you got it. But, chasing after fame, I can't do that. I ain't even really chasing money no more. I'm just taking whatever comes with it. Wherever I'm able to go in life with this, hopefully be able to touch the people, leave a mark where I'm at, and it'd be what it be.
Shit.
So
Damn right, man. Well, I really appreciate you coming to sit down, man. When I hit you at first, I didn't know if you was gonna come.
No,
but
man.
I really appreciate you coming down. Man.
I be busy, man. I real life be busy. It's like it'll look like I be on the internet a lot. A lot of them shits will be scheduled posts, man. I'll schedule them shits at 4 o'clock in the morning, finally go to sleep after working all night and get back up and just see what everybody's saying.
And there's the post right there.
Yeah, man. I never I got my studio in my crib, bro. I wake up, decide to wear pants or not, go into my studio, bro. I'm locked in, bro. I'm working. Don't nobody talk to me. And then I take a break, go pick my son up from school. Come right back to the studio, man. I don't be outside. Y'all got outside. I'm trying to do other shit.
Right.
I'm trying to have you back. We gotta have you back.
Yeah.
I know. I saw you do a review on Drake's album. You did.
Fuck it. Let's get it in right now. Let's get it right now. That's crazy. He said he got so much you want to ask me about it. He didn't ask the last thing that pissed him off about me.
How you felt about the album overall?
It didn't take me 15 listens to know that shit ain't it.
No, man. I listened to it 15 times because I liked it.
I feel like he got 3 good songs. He got 3 good songs.
I have 3 off the top of my head that I listen to.
Well, I listen to the whole album front to back. Every time I listen to it. It's an album I throw on. Now, I'm not saying it's a classic, but I like it. I like the album.
Can I tell you some real shit? I did not listen. I've been compared to Drake as an artist. So around the time Thank You for Listening happened, I hate to be so long-winded about everything, but I got to give you the story. Like, this is when I was living off Percival Road. I had an apartment over there, and this was like 2014. You know what I'm saying? And I was like really on Kevin Costner heavy. You know what I'm saying? I had Tory Lane shit going in, and you know, just like really just listening to people shit, seeing what niggas got going on. And I was really just liking this idea of a sound. And I was telling my brother, like, yo, I want to do something like this. I want to do something like this with this sound from this city, because y'all, some of our places got different sounds. And I was like, yo, I want my drums to be thick, but they'd be 909 and not just 808 drums. Give me the 909 drums. They had this woo. He said, bro, I don't know what that sound like. The very next day, Drake dropped How About Now? I said, bro, it sounds like that. That's my formula. I love making records for women. Like, I love that. I got 100 records for the dogs. That ain't nothing. But it's just like, I like to make something everybody gonna like. You can't say this for the dogs and then give us that, bro. Yeah. And then the way the album was flowing, I was like, bro, this ain't it. He's not the Drake that we had before, man. It's just like you too busy trying to sell niggas ice cream. You trying to make everybody happy and please everything. Nah, bro. They got to respect who you are. Niggas like,
I think I just like really the album. I think I like the album more so because I like the songs on the album. More so than I like that. Because I like the songs. Like, most of the songs on the album, I like them. Now, with us talking,
it's not for the dogs.
It's not. And I feel like I was talking to myself. I feel like they tried to glue it together with them skits and them little shits in there, and it's like and Snoop Dogg.
I'm all for bringing skits back to hip hop. I love that. Please bring skits back to albums. Make albums feel like movies.
They tried to glue it with that.
You can't just glue it with skits. There has to be a flow with the music. You know what I'm saying? It has to be so much more. This felt like it almost felt like the More Life project. It just felt like an assortment of songs. It just didn't feel like an album, and it definitely didn't feel like the album we was waiting on. This album makes CLB a better album to me.
Hell no. CLB is forgettable as fuck for me.
And it is. That's what I'm saying. I didn't enjoy that album. I didn't enjoy it at all.
I don't even go back to Knife Talk and listen to that no more.
My point exactly. But it's like when it come to making out, and as a matter of fact, Drake shit just took a crazy dive after the Dark Lane demos. I didn't even get through that. I turned it off. And I never just turn his shit off. I try to give him at least one honest listen.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it, man. It's just like, now, shout out to the boy and his success, man. Like, I am not a hater, bro. But it's just like, yo, he's a true artist. All that conspiracy theory stuff aside.
Yeah.
He is a true artist. But that burnout is real. You have to give yourself some time.
That might be why he says retiring.
Yeah.
Take some time off.
Yeah, take some time off, man. It's like, yo, 40 can't be the only hand in your projects no more with this sound. Like, yo, when you got a sound, bro, your sound is your sound. You trying to do too much other shit, they gonna give the person you taking that shit from the credit.
Right.
Every single time. You can't beat it. One nigga flip that Trigger Boy sample right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you went for that New Orleans sound, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
you talking about
Trigger Man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I had to think something, look about that. Did I say that right? As soon as you put that in, oh yeah, it's up.
Yeah.
It's up.
Yeah.
So,
drag rap. Well, man, on that note, man, you know what I'm saying?
We'll do a part two.
We definitely got
to do a part two, man. And, Mo alright with me.
Yeah.
I come see Mo.
Bring y'all back, man. Mantiz, I appreciate you coming out.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Talk to us,
man.
Pleasure meeting you, man. Real quick, for the people that's watching, man, who might have been exposed to you today for the first time, tell them they can follow you, get a beat, listen to your music.
Yeah. I'm everywhere on the internet, man. But check us out. Thisismantiz.com. That's my main site. Mantiz.bandcamp.com. That's my store that I'm pushing. Facebook, official Mantiz. Twitter, Mantiz186. Instagram, This Is Mantiz. I'm everywhere. You'll find me. I ain't hard to find, man. I ain't hiding from nothing. You know what I mean? Beats. I had to give you the email. You're probably not writing them down, so just hit me on the internet. I'll guide you to the right place. You know what I'm saying? We'll get that together though. But yeah, anybody that's trying to work, let's work, man. I don't want nobody to just think, oh, he's done this, he's done that, he's unapproachable. That's not the case at all. I'm looking for artists to trust. Trust me. Let's make this happen. We can do some shit. But I don't want nobody that don't want me to help. You know what I'm saying? I'm on some shit like, if you got it, I'll let you have it. I ain't gonna never force nobody to do nothing.
Right.
You know, so it just is what it is. We just get into this money standing on business.
Right.
Real family.
All right, man. We about to catch y'all on the next go round. Mantiz in this bitch.
Oh yeah.
Bird Daddy.
Prince Mazzani.
V12 Podcast. We out.
V12 Studios, the pros. We are the city. V12 the label.